following podcast contains references to the consumption of alcohol. If you are not of legal drinking age, please do not consume alcohol. Also, if you are of legal drinking age, please drink responsibly. Hello, and welcome to Rhetorical Magic Cocktail Hour. My name's Matthew, and my favorite smoothie is making sure I'm recording. My favorite smoothie is mixed berry.
Damn it, Matthew.
I mean banana.
And I'm Ryan, and my favorite smoothie is strawberry banana. Womp womp. It's not. It's mixed berry, but we can't be the same person.
No, I picked banana. I don't know if my audio cut out a little bit, but I picked banana.
That's so weird because it sounded like mixed berry.
I think it's just a Skype issue.
It's just.
We should have used Teams. Or not Teams. What's the other one? Zoom. I don't want to use the Teams.
I am so over Teams.
But this is a podcast, not about teams. Well, maybe
kind of.
In a way, it is about a team, and that team is team having a drink, trying to be succinct, and also Edward. No, because it's not a Twilight episode. The energy that I have created in this podcast. Do we want to start over?
Nope, I love it. We're just sticking it.
Oh man,
sticking with it. Fuck.
Okay, so this is a podcast where we are upstanding citizens, and we have a drink, and we try to be succinct. Mm-hmm. And tonight, Ryan,
Matthew,
what doth thou drinketh?
Well, if you couldn't tell by the intro, we decided to do blended drinks.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're doing a blended sangria. Which is honestly delicious and very smart and good.
Perfect January drink.
Frozen berries, so yes, you can freeze any fruit and have it whenever. Modern times. Is this stronger than I thought it was?
It's sangria. If you want to make this at home, I'll tell you how.
Ooh.
Just listen to my words, and I'll tell you how. First,
we're starting to rhyme a bit more and more. I don't know what to do with that information, but it is an occurrence that keeps happening.
I wouldn't call that rhyming, because it was how and how. So in my defense, I quartered this recipe because I did not want 4 of these this evening. But for the whole recipe, so you can make it with your friends, if it's safe and doable, you take a pound of frozen mixed berries, 1 orange peeled, 1 orange comma peeled, not 1 orange peel. Common mistake.
No, I did it wrong.
1 2/3 cups of dry red wine, 1/3 cup Cointreau or any orange liqueur or brandy, 2 tablespoons freshly squeezed lime juice, and 1 to 2 tablespoons of sweetener. And then you throw that in a blender, or your magic bullet. Foreshadowing.
Also, I didn't add a sweetener because I don't like sweeteners in essentially a smoothie. I'm viewing this as a smoothie, even though it's dangerous.
I didn't measure it, but I did like a squirt of honey.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you blend that all together, and then you go, is this right? And then you show it to Ryan, and she says, yep, that's right.
I feel like ours look the same.
Okay. But yeah, mine has a bunch of seeds in it.
Put your fingy on top of the lid. Pull it up. Yeah, we got the same consistency. We're good. This
But
is
yeah,
sangria. We did it.
the recipe says you can throw ice in there if it needs to be thicker, but
Who wants thick? Okay, we're gonna move on. Matthew did kind of give away what we were talking about this evening.
mm-hmm.
I don't know about you, but growing up in the early aughts, late 90s, early aughts, and I'm sure that it happened before because TV advertising was a lot bigger.
Mm-hmm.
There was just this wave of just like fantastic infomercials.
Yes. Quality content. Late at night when you shouldn't be up.
Late at night and also like early morning weekends. I feel like I would... Capitalism had such a hold on me as a child that I actually found these things entertaining.
As did I. I don't think it was just you. I would stay up with the intention of watching the Magic Bullet infomercial. It was one of my shows.
Yeah. It's one of Matthew's stories.
One of my stories. Gotta stay up and watch my stories. Gotta see what Mick and Mimi are making tonight. Oh, surprise. It's the same thing that they make every night.
Oh, man. But no, I was so enthralled with, like, the acting, how one of them was inexplicably Australian. Mm-hmm. Which, like, they don't have to explain it, but it would have helped young me be immersed in the story of the Magic Bullet.
So when we get into this, I can explain this a little bit more, but this commercial is the best example of iceberg storytelling I've ever seen in media. And once we get into it, I can explain myself further, but...
I'm so excited for this media critique of the Magic Bullet infomercial.
I got some opinions. I've seen this maybe, I want to say like over 50 times in my life. And that might be like a conservative estimate. That might be like the low end.
Vein. I don't know. It was one of those like the way we got to here is we were talking about we were like trying to plan out different episodes that we wanted to do. And then Matthew said, I have an idea. It's kind of conceptual and a little bit weird. And I was sold. Cause I feel like so like Magic Bullet, not in the same length. I think Magic Bullet really kind of
it's a 30-minute story about that happens to be a commercial.
Yes. But I feel like infomercials were just like so prominent, and I'm thinking like Pillow Pet, Fushigi. Again, I don't think that they had the same length. Yeah. I don't know that anybody
Those are
got
more like you're watching Cartoon Network during the day on a summer break.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Floam.
I do remember Floam.
Lots and lots of trains. It's lots and lots of trains.
It's
fast trains, slow trains, even trains that go through snow.
But like cooking infomercials were also really big. Mm-hmm. But
did you watch the Time Life like record collection or not record? How old am I? It's like CD collections of like soft
Shirley
rock.
Temple.
No, like the music ones where it's like soft rock and Air Supply would talk to you for like 30 minutes about this great collection.
I do remember that. And then like food one again, I don't think I could list a different.
There's that lady, I don't remember what her name is, but she did a bunch of these where it's like that thing that had like two. Oh, this is a terrible explanation, but it's it's like a grill, but it's like two divots, and it like closes. You know what I'm talking about?
A George Foreman grill?
No. But I think that is also one of them.
Like a panini press?
Oh, what is her name? Kathy. This is terrible podcasting.
It's fine. We can move on because I don't.
But
the name Kathy Gifford.
No, that's the lady from the Today Show. Kathy, not Bates. But if 1 second, let's just picture what Kathy Bates would be like selling a magic bullet.
I feel like if Kathy Bates told me to buy a magic bullet, I would buy a second magic bullet.
Mm-hmm.
Surprise! I already have one.
Oh no, you ruined the climax of the podcast.
Oh no, okay, we can cut that bit.
Well, I guess it doesn't, because never mind. We'll get to there. But Kathy infomercial. Sorry, I'm
on the edge of my seat, baby. Don't worry. I'm here for it.
Kathy Mitchell.
Kathy Mitchell, okay.
She has like oh, I found it. It's called a Express Ready. And it's like it's like a George Foreman grill. I'm not looking up, so this is gonna be bad audio. This might be a rough one. Hey Ryan. But I don't know how well you can see these, but it's like these things.
Oh, yeah. Like, it like holds like an egg compartment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about the wonderful magic bullet.
But yeah, infomercials. So were you like me when you were younger, and did you like stay up just to watch infomercials?
Not
or
just
were
watch
they just like something
infomercials,
that was
but
on?
I wouldn't turn them off when they popped on. And I also have seen the magic bullet infomercial more times than I probably should have.
More times than is doctor recommended.
But yeah, I was obsessed with it. It was so good. I want to get into your critique. I want to hear about how this is the best Iceberg storytelling.
Okay.
Also, I do have a question, but I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. Is it implied that these people were swingers?
Okay, we're going to get into it. This is part of the iceberg theory. Okay. So, I think to begin, let's recap the story.
Okay.
Mick and Mimi are in the kitchen. Everybody loves Mick and Mimi. They host a great orgy. And they're making some stuff with a mysterious new object, and the people who, I guess is it morning or is it like mid-morning? It's probably mid-morning. They just had an orgy. You're not getting up early after an orgy.
The things that they were making definitely implied at least brunch.
At least brunch, yes. So it's brunch time. Mick and Mimi up and ready, making some stuff in a mysterious new object. Their friends are kind of filing in. There's young couple. There's man with tie who is hungover. There is older couple. And then there's maybe the greatest character in all of television history, Hazel. Who is inexplicably in like a nightdress with a cigarette and like hair curlers. And she's just sort of like, New York grandma energy, and I love it. And she's the best character.
I love it because it definitely, like, the house definitely gives, like, SoCal vibes. Mm-hmm. But it is just, like, this rough old grandma who I aspire to be.
Yeah, and she comes in and she's like, "What are you making?" I don't think that's what she sounds like, but that's how she sounds in my mind. But yeah, so they're making breakfast, and their friends are like, "Hey, what's that thing you're making breakfast with?" And they're like, "Oh, I'm so glad you asked. You could spend 10 seconds opening a can of soup, or you could spend 10 seconds making a can of soup with a magic bullet." Dun, dun, dun. So basically the story is Mick and Mimi make their friends breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and also some drinks, in the time it takes to open a can of soup. And that's how you know the magic bullet's good. But we're not here for the sell. You've already been sold. You've seen the commercial. Mm-hmm. What we're here to do today, to analyze this critically. So, the iceberg theory of literature states that there's the story on the page, but then there's the subtext. The story that's not explicitly stated, that you pick up through context and subtext. This commercial, 100% of the story is subtext. Beautiful. Hemingway just got a boner in his grave. He loves it.
Just Hemingway thinking would love about that commercial. Orgy.
Yes. So, the first mystery of this commercial is, what the fuck were they doing last night that they're this fucked up? And I mean, I'm of the opinion it was an orgy, but it could have just been like a real rockin' party.
So, okay, the thing is like, and I don't know, maybe I'm just not there yet in my life. The thought of hosting a party in which I'm expecting several guests to stay the night feels very strange.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't feel quite right.
But what if these guests were fucking?
So when I was younger, I had always assumed, which in some ways might be weirder, that they had like, the vibe read like we rented a house for the weekend and we're just having some fun, which you could do in an orgy. But my young, untainted brain was like, this is just like a road trip with some buddies, which is somehow weirder because that means that this couple brought their magic bullet.
They brought several magic
bullets on this road trip.
Mm-hmm.
And that screams MLM.
Yeah, I definitely, when I was younger, thought, oh, these are just like people meeting up for brunch. And then the more... And
it's like, why are they all in pajamas?
Yeah, the older I got, and like the random times I would think about it, I would just be like, there's something else going on here. Why are they all... Because the man in tie, forgive me, I don't know his name. Obviously hungover, like horribly hungover. Did not even faze me as a child. I did not know what hungover was. But yeah, so.
And then we learned.
And then it happened. Drink responsibly. It's definitely... They definitely were drinking the night before.
Mm-hmm. Fuck. If it was if it was innocent, and there was... Not that there's anything wrong with having an orgy. Let's be real. Not to yuck their yum. But if it was just friends and they just had too much to drink and they're like, we live in this mini mansion, just stay the night. We'll make breakfast. I get it. I get the vibe. But also I do like the idea of like, no, these were like...
I do feel like there's some flirting going on.
There's a bit of an edge.
Yeah, there's... So, we can get into like the relationships a little bit. Mick and Mimi are very passive aggressive to each other in a way that makes me think they are swingers. Not that swingers are necessarily passive aggressive to each other, but it's like there's some baggage there that I can't quite place.
There's baggage there in a situation that I am not experienced in. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. This drink is good, but it might not have been best for the podcast because I feel like I kind of got to chew it.
Probably needed to... I maybe could have blended it a little longer.
Yeah. When you make this at home, blend it a little longer than Ryan and I did. But yeah, there's definitely like some weird flirting going on. There's definitely a vibe.
Mm-hmm.
So, we've established the night before. We're going to assume they're swingers. Who do you think paired up with who?
Hazel had to go with everybody. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
Hazel gives off energy of like, hey, I fuck, and that's cool.
Yeah. Obviously. For sure. No doubt.
Given the vibe, and I could just be projecting, I'm gonna say that the main event of the evening was a little guys and gals separation mo. I want to believe that this was all like we're married to, like, we're married man and woman, but that's just a front. I like,
because I mean it was the early 2000s.
Literally everybody gave off bisexual vibes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my fault.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Looking back, I think I might be right.
Yeah,
not to say that everybody who is bisexual is into like polyamory or swinging or are like
but these 8 people
promiscuous, but these adults got together for very specific reasons, and they are just enjoying a healthy breakfast the next morning.
Yeah, as you do. You work up a sweat, then you gotta eat your calories in the morning.
And they were carbo loading, I feel like.
Yeah, they had muffins, they had like bananas and pineapple, they had like a quesadilla, nachos,
chips, guac, salsa, all fresh.
All in the time it took to open a can.
2 kinds of pasta.
Yeah, 2 kinds of pasta and sauce.
What a weird experience. It's so weird talking about, because I feel like it was just like a fever dream, you know? Like, it doesn't feel like it was real. It
feels like if it happened to you in real life, you'd be like, oh no, this is a cult. I need to get out. Everybody here loves Magic Bullet.
Yes.
They get you in with the fucking, and then they get you with the Magic Bullet.
What was like your top recipe and the one that made you kind of want to vomit?
Okay, the top recipe for me was the quesadilla, but they did not put enough cheese in there.
They didn't put enough cheese, and they put it in a microwave. You don't microwave a quesadilla. It's not that hard.
But it's because it's faster. They're all about efficiency. They want to get you out. I get it,
but it also doesn't take that long to melt a quesadilla on a on a plate or on a skillet.
That's fair. And then the Alfredo sauce does not seem like what she pours out of it is what went into the microwave.
For sure.
Because she blends up some cheese and some cream and like maybe some garlic, and then she microwaves it, and then all of a sudden it's Alfredo. It's like, something happened here. This is for sure not what happened.
As someone who has made Alfredo from scratch, the thought of just microwaving cream makes me want to die.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely the one that's like...
Well, because that and like, if you cook milk too quickly, it gets like a film. And that Alfredo did not have a film.
No, it looked like real Alfredo in a way that it shouldn't have.
Yes. Also, I kind of want Alfredo. I might make pasta after this.
I mean...
I have a magic... I guess I could test.
Do you have some Parmesan, some...
I don't, but I'll figure it out.
Next time we hang out.
We will try as many Magic Bullet recipes as we possibly can.
Yeah. It kind of sounds like you're in agreement with me on the Alfredo.
Okay, yes. I think both the pasta sauces look disgusting, but I also just don't like pesto.
I would have rather had the pesto than the
I would have
Alfredo.
rather had the pesto, but I really don't like pesto. Also, the guacamole looked rancid to me.
It looked weird.
The color was definitely off.
Mm-hmm. And also, I feel like you just mash it up with a fork. I don't feel like you blend it.
Yeah, the color was weird because they blended in like tomatoes with it, and like, that's not the vibe.
Something's funky. But what's the one that made you, as a child, as a young lad, want this magic bullet?
Also probably the quesadilla, or, the thought of making nachos was really enticing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know that we just bashed, but it was straight up just Velveeta that she chopped up a little finer so it would melt quicker, and a jalapeno.
Yeah.
Like, that's the ideal cheese sauce. Also, you could just combine the two and just not put it on a shell. Or on a tortilla.
Yeah. Because, that quesadilla, I feel like needed more cheese. It was a lot of chicken and like a little bit of cheese and a little bit of jalapeno. Which, I don't know. It's not... It seems kind of dry, but I don't know.
It's not the vibe.
Why don't we go to a hydration station?
Hydration station.
Oh, welcome to Hydration Station, the part of the show where we take a drink of water
and remind ourselves to stay hydrated because it's fucking crucial. Especially if you've just had an orgy. Hydration is important.
Gotta stay hydrated. Gotta stay hydrated. You're losing so much fluid. It's not healthy. I'm so sorry.
That might have been the hardest drink of water I've ever tried to take. Because you got it said that as soon as I started swallowing, and it killed me.
Yeah, I said it, and I saw you taking that drink, and it's like, oh no, I just killed Ryan.
Oh man, that's good.
So remember, stay hydrated, but
have
don't
a laugh.
Yeah, but not at the same time.
I feel like for us talking about an infomercial, we haven't really highlighted many of the features. Which
this infomercial is so much more than a commercial for a product. It's a whole story. But yes, a feature that they do talk about in this commercial that I'm curious of your opinion on is the juicer, because they throw some things in there that I feel like would wreck a juicer. Like pineapples with the skin still on, and I don't know.
But the skins are the nutritious part.
But I feel like it's fibrous.
I feel like if it blends down enough, I think it's pretty drinkable. I don't know. I'm weary of juicers anyway. It's not bad to chew your vegetables.
No, you gotta drink it so you can get back to the orgy faster. That chewing is energy you're using up that you could be using at the orgy.
What'd that mouth do? It better not be chewing vegetables.
Oh no. What else can you make with a magic bullet that we have not talked about? You can make mixed drinks in a handy mug that comes with it that has a comfort thingy for the stuff. What? Okay, this is going to be, hypothetically, you don't own a magic bullet, but if you could make any frozen drink in a magic bullet, what drink would it be and why?
So in the commercial, whatever that blue drink was, I was interested in. Because it just looked the least natural out of all of them. The rest of it, like, in my head as a child, I was like, I know it, like, the pink one tastes like strawberry lemonade, even though it was like a margarita.
Yeah.
It was like, the pink one tastes like strawberry lemonade. This one tastes like a virgin margarita, whatever.
Yeah.
The blue one I could never pin down.
It's like Gatorade. It tastes like blue.
And so I have no idea what the blue one was, but I was very interested in it. And it was one of the ones I wanted to try.
Yeah, I don't remember what they put into it.
I don't know that they made it on screen. I think it was just featured.
Okay, because I was like, I don't remember them making it, but I remember seeing it.
So I remember them making, like, for, like, their blended drink, they made, like, and they were very specific about it being a virgin strawberry margarita, which was just ice, non-alcoholic sour mix, and some frozen strawberries, which, like, sounds good, but also, like, what's the point?
Yeah, just throw some tequila in there. Because you've had a raucous night of sex and drinking, and you don't need more alcohol.
Gotta get those sugars back. But yeah, aside from that, like, I think that as a kid, I was least interested in, like, the pasta sauce, just because, like, I never had to cook when I was real young. Like, I didn't care about that. The muffins were cool, and I liked the idea of them making, like, which they don't show putting together the muffin batter, but they show putting the mix-ins in. So, like, I think they made, like, a banana nut and a blueberry.
Yeah, and there's a very distinct point where they're pouring it in that I always remembered, because it's like, Mimi goes, and everybody gets exactly what? And she's started the line way too early, so there's a huge pause. And then she goes, they want. Iconic line read. Love to see it. Yes, queen.
The timing, down. The story, impactful. The only time I like product placement is when it's front and center.
Yes.
Don't give me this, like, Coke logo in the background. I want a 30-minute infomercial about a product. With a rich backstory that I will tell my grandchildren about.
It's basically modern day mythology. It's the stories we tell our children as they go to bed of Mick and Mimi's
Dionysus
brunch.
approved.
I feel like Dionysus would mix up in that soup. Oh, gross.
Joke's on you. Dionysus was dressed as Hazel.
Oh my god. Did we just crack it open?
We cracked it open like
Dionysus?
the Da Vinci Code, buddy.
Oh my god. I feel like this is a great place to ask you. I feel like I know the answer. Who's the best character?
Hazel, 100%. Hazel, and then the inexplicably Australian guy, which I think his name is Mick. That's what we've said several times.
Yeah, Mick and Mimi are the two making everything, and then Hazel's the best character. And then Drunk Man with Tie, inexplicably, is Bertrand?
Sure. Beauregard.
And then I don't think they ever say the other four's names.
Charlie? I think there was a Charlie there.
Maybe like a Vera?
Okay. Does the magic bullet pass the Bechdel test if we assume the magic mullet? Ooh, magic mullet. The magic bullet.
Is that something?
Is that a thing? Is that what we're gonna do now? But does the magic bullet pass the Bechdel test? And is the magic bullet a man?
I think the magic bullet's non-binary.
Okay.
And don't ask me to elaborate.
I will not.
And I think that I'd have to watch it again. I don't know for sure, but I almost think it does.
So, for it to pass the Bechdel test, Mimi and Hazel would, unless the other characters have names. But us not remembering is a good sign that they maybe don't.
I want to say
Mimi and Hazel would have to have a conversation that is not about men.
Do Mimi and Hazel speak?
They do, because I know that they talk about Mimi's husband at one point and how she makes him pasta for dinner. So I think maybe this is a big flaw, because the Bechdel test is like baseline of
wokeness.
Not even wokeness, just like it's generally good to give women names in their own. Are you Googling if it passes the Bechdel test?
No.
Matthew.
I'm scrubbing through it. Wait, is that song public domain?
I feel like it has to be at this point.
We'll find out. We get a cease and desist.
I feel like we'll be okay as long as we don't say what song it is.
I'm gonna say no. It does not. But I'll have to watch it again.
I'm just Googling it.
You're gonna find like an academic paper.
I don't think they rank commercials, because the first thing was Magic Mike. That's not what I want to know about.
I'm curious though. Does Magic Mike?
I didn't click it. We're not gonna know. This is a commercial about the Magic Bullet. The only magic that matters is the ability to blend whole fruits and vegetables into healthy juice.
In less than 5 seconds.
All it takes is 1, 2, 3. God, the counting.
We have established that you have one. Mm-hmm. But watching this commercial, would you buy a magic bullet?
As a child, yes, I wanted a magic bullet. Rightfully so. My parents are like, no, we don't need that. We have a blender. If you want to blend like, things,
Dad,
please
sit down.
Things.
Let me introduce you to my friends Mick and Mimi. They might change your mind.
And I would like to note that I did not purchase a magic bullet. It was gifted to me by someone who also didn't purchase the magic bullet. It was a wedding gift, and she used it twice. And she was like, I'm never going to use it again. We bought a blender.
Nobody ever buys a magic bullet. One magic bullet has sold. And that one magic bullet is just being passed from person to person. And
it's currently in my possession. But it makes sense because my sister's like, I'm never just making one drink. And she's like, and I don't like drinking out of the cups.
You don't like drinking out of the thing you use to blend the drink?
And so I get that. Like, if you're blending for more than one person consistently, it's probably better just to have a blender. But as a woman of the world like myself who lives on her own, I think
who doesn't have time to get out a blender and a food processor.
Which takes up so much counter space when all this takes up is a cup of coffee.
Yeah, a standard coffee cup is the amount of space this implement takes up.
I'm pro Magic Bullet, honestly. I feel like, especially when I first got it, and honestly, after making this drink, I'm like, oh shit, I should make smoothies more. Because that's what I used it for. I would just make smoothies pretty much every day. Back in grad school, there is no chance in hell I had scurvy.
Getting that vitamin C, baby.
I was basically the vitamin C version of Hulk. What about you? Did you want a magic bullet? Have I convinced you to buy your own magic bullet? Or do we have to stage an infomercial at my place?
So, as a child, I 100% wanted a magic bullet. Like, it was the thing I wanted most in life. That's probably not true, but it seems like it. Nowadays, I've got a blender and a food processor, and they work fine. The food processor is way too small, but I do small batches and it works. It's a small batch food processor. It's handmade. It's locally sourced.
For the listeners at home, I am flipping Matthew off currently.
Rightly so. I don't know.
Talk to me when you get one of those ones that you like hand crank.
I think the only thing I would use it for, which is a feature that we have not talked about. I don't know that it's a feature, but I would probably use it to get like whole bean coffee and grind it in there.
But you could also just get a coffee grinder.
I could. Last coffee grinder I owned, though, like, smelt like burning the last time I used it, and I was like, well, this is dead. I don't want to burn my house down just to have some coffee. But, I don't know that in the year of our Lord, 2022, that I need a magic bullet, which is it's a sad realization to have.
My inner child is crying. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like if this one goes kaput, I'm probably just gonna buy a blender. Like, I don't know that I would buy a new magic bullet.
Which is fair.
But until then, I'm gonna party on with this blended sangria.
Go out in a blaze of glory. Blending everything in sight.
No, I also, like, we had kind of talked previously about how, like, both of us are the youngest in our families, and so, like, I feel like I have not purchased an appliance. Potentially, that's not true. I did purchase one of those little flat top griddles, but that's just because it's so much easier to just, like, leave that on your counter and turn it on when you want to make, like, a quesadilla, which... As an adult, I make I make a lot of quesadillas. They're easy, they're quick. I work from home, so it's a good, 5-minute diversion, and then you're having something.
Yeah. Are you gonna use your magic bullet to make a quesadilla in the future?
I might try it. I don't have the stuff for it currently.
So you can't go do it real quick right now and then tell us
no. No, I can't do it right now real quick.
The first ever on podcast product review.
But no, so would I buy one? No. Am I glad I have one? Kind of. Like, this is honestly pretty handy. And it was good because it was very much like I made a drink's worth of alcohol, which is what you need to drink responsibly. Wink.
Mm-hmm. No wink. Drink responsibly.
Matthew doesn't let me have any fun. Matthew couldn't get invited to to Mimi.
I would not be invited to Mick and Mimi's orgy.
Mick and Mimi's orgy.
Mick and Mimi.
You never explained why he's Australian. Which I feel like you said that you would.
Because he fucked so hard, Australia threw him out. Obviously, did you not get the subtext of the whole episode of infomercial?
Man, the magic bullet. It exists, bullet?
And you got one.
And I got one.
We have critiqued the commercial and also explained the product enough.
Yeah.
For an evening.
What are your general final thoughts, though?
I probably wouldn't buy one, but if I was given one, I wouldn't hate it. And yeah, I want to know what love is, and Magic Bolt's gonna show me. What are your final thoughts?
Commercial A+, product B.
Would watch commercial, maybe not.
So I guess that could be like the final bit. Was it actually effective advertising? Because I guarantee their target audience was not children who don't make purchasing decisions.
I feel like as a commercial, it was not effective, but as media that I consumed, A+.
Hell yeah. Alright, so this has been Rhetorical Magic Cocktail Hour.
Brought to you by Magic Bullet.
Brought to you by Magic Bullet. Please sponsor us, even though we just a little bit dunked on your product.
We said it was a B.
I feel like when people sponsor you, they want you to say that it's an A.
That's how the people know we're honest.
If you liked what you heard, give us a like, follow, comment. Follow us on
comment, subscribe.
Socials at Rhetorical Magic. And as we say at the end of every episode, hi, I'm Mick and me, and we're with Magic Bullet.
In 5 minutes, you could open a can of pasta, or you could make a podcast.
To open a can of pasta.
I don't know.
All right, clink.
Did you make yours in your Magic Bullet?
I did, and I do have to say, like, it is actually as easy as the commercial says. And I found the comfort lid.
See, now when I make my carbonated...
No, you're not gonna make that.
Okay, ready for
I will let you fuck up the Magic Bullet a bit more than the Soda Stream.
Okay.
We gotta clap.